We're going to take all this plumbing that's below the joist and lift it up so we can drywall the ceiling. Stick around. It's an old house and the plumbing's been put together all kinds of weird ways. So we've got some copper mixed with some PEX and PVC pipe way back there and polyethylene pipe. The only thing I want to get rid of is things like this, where everything drops below the ceiling joists. Our goal here is to make this room a little bit more usable, and our first step is to drywall the ceiling. This is going to keep cobwebs down and stuff like that. So I spent a day last week lifting up all the electrical above the joists, and today we're going to do some plumbing. Let's just get started here. Okay, so for this job we're going to be using plastic PEX pipe and some of these brass PEX connectors. I got T's and that's it. things are going to be fun. A couple of elbows, and as well we're going to be using some shark bite connector fittings. These shark bite fittings, they've come a long way. When they first came out in the market years and years ago, you weren't allowed to bury these behind the walls. Now I understand that in some states in the United States you still can't in Ontario bury this in a wall. In Ontario, I think the plumbing code is something like, in layman's terms, if you can undo the joint with your bare hands, you cannot put it in the wall. So only thing in soldered joints would be PEX with the crimp fitting, plumbing with a soldered fitting, PVC with a glued fitting, but these can't be used. I had forgotten about these compression fittings that are here, and here, and those go up to the second floor. So I can't. Are we gonna get wet? Yep, we're gonna get wet. Now I'm gonna have to clean these up probably a little later. For now, let's see what we can do. That's a lot of water. Alright. Let's get rid of that too. Okay. Yeah, let's cut it here so I can get these two pieces off, and then I can make something happen there. You want to cut it, and this burr here, I'm gonna have to get rid of that too. So what I want to do is I want to come off of this and go there. So pretty much just a little piece will work. So when I'm looking with these kinds of things, you need need some of these crimps on them. And you have to actually match up the crimp with the type of hose. It gets confusing. But when you're at your hardware store and you're buying your piping, you ask them what fittings go with it and what crimps go with it. And even the crimps have their own tools. So once you buy the big expensive tool, you basically want to stick with what you're dealing with. So I'm going to put this one here on there, and I quite simply close it until I can't close anymore, and then it'll open up. Now, if you're not able to fully close this, you'll never be able to open it. So when it's not closed, that means you haven't pushed it enough. So push it some more, because at this point you can't open it. You have to actually close it to open it. Okay, that's that. Now we're going to be going into a compression fitting. A compression fitting, and I'm reusing a compression fitting. Every time you reuse a compression fitting, try and put on a new sleeve and try and put on a new bushing. I don't have a new bushing. I'm using the old bushing. But I am, however, using a new sleeve. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Nut goes on the pipe. The compression ring goes on next. Okay. And then push the sleeve inside of it. And it's going to be a tight fit. So basically find a very flat surface and press this in so that it's like so, because this is going to help reinforce the pipe underneath so that the pipe won't collapse. And then we're going to put it back on. Okay, that looks like it's going to be okay. And we're going to tighten that up. I'm going to hold this in. Once I'm starting to tighten up and I see things flex, I want to get another wrench on that to hold it steady, because I don't want pressure over there. Kind of felt rough, but I think that's going to be okay. And then I'm going to run this pipe here. Yeah. Oh, it's got the wrong height. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to put a new one on, because I don't like that. I want this pipe to come above up here, so a little premature, but about there, I guess. Right to the bottom, and then it opens up. So now my hose can go that way, and I can make a connection further down. Right here, it's a very bent cut, and that has to be a nice smooth cut if I want the shark bite to grab it. That's not going to grab it. So we're going to see if we can get a better cut on this. Okay, that might be the best that we can do. At least it's round, and there's no burr on it. So I'm going to try and push a shark bite fitting on that. Now the shark bite fittings, they've got a sleeve in them, and these sleeves need to be used when you're using any plastic pipe. Copper pipe, not so much. Okay, I'm going to pull him out with a pair of pliers. Some of these don't fit inside. That one does. I'll put that one in. I'm going to put that one in just because it's going to make a better seal. Now, shark bite, you push it in until it doesn't want to go anymore. I think that's all right. Not sure, because there's a little bit of a curve in there. I'm not sure if that's actually got in deep enough or not, but it's in there pretty tight. So this cold here. So here's going to take a shark bite. Up it goes, and that's going to hold. And then we're going to run a PEX here, tee it off here, and then continue it down. So when I come off of here, I can turn and tee it off with our... Okay, now we're in business. So we're doing pretty good here. Tee it. And here we're going to put this hose. I'm making sure that that sleeve goes inside the hose. I think that's going to be okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cold lines. This one here, I'm going to bring it around and tee it off. So let's another piece of hose. Right. And then this one over here. And then from here to here, we're going to put a piece of pipe. Kind of doing this all without a tape measure because you have so much forgiveness with PEX pipe. So I think I make a mistake here. I think I made a mistake. I think this, I might replace that. It has to go through here. It has to go through the, I have to put that through the joist. That's the whole point of doing this exercise, right? The whole plan here is to put a ceiling here. So if I put drywall up here, I can't have anything below it. This section here is going to be walled off and be made into its own separate room apart from the main room of the basement, but I'm going to have to put a hole up there. So here we go. Yeah, so the water is coming out of here. We've got to fix that. And I think it's mostly because there's a bend in this pipe. Now, we thought about that at the beginning. Thought that that's what's going to give us a problem, and I was kind of expecting that. And I think I'm going to cut the pipe up there. So right here, we're just going to... Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to go up there, I'm going to feel up there. There's a bit of a burr, so I'm going to have to file that off. Alright, here we go. So now let's put this back on there. Now, felt much better. You kind of just feel it when it goes on. It actually the resistance, and then there's the freedom for about a quarter or 3/8 of an inch of travel, where you feel it, and then you won't be able to pull it back out. Okay, so we can get rid of this one here. I always buy the metal ones. I don't even think about it. I just buy metal ones because they don't break. I buy a metal one because they don't break. So now I can take one piece of pipe here. It's up and in, and I think I can make it. I can make that work. Well, you kind of want it like that? Yeah, you do. I think that'll be okay. We're going to find out in a minute when we turn the water back on. I see a leak. There's a leak somewhere. It's out of my compression fitting. So, let's shut that back off. Drain a bit of water. Yeah, it's there. Okay. Okay, nothing else is leaking. So we're going to try give that just another turn there. But looks like we're on top of it here. No leak. No leak. We're going to let that be for a minute. this here is going to be gone. Okay, this can come off because we're going to put it over there. Come here. And this one. Yeah, that's what you wanted to do. I think that's it. Good. Good. Now, let's see. Just when you think. You have everything under control. You don't. Not okay like that. I don't hear anything. Guess that's done. If you got something out of this video, give it a thumbs up, eh? Tell all your friends. That's it. That's it.